Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Talk of the Town. I'm Peter,
I'm Ross.
I'm Tamara.
I'm Angus.
I'm Kimberly.
and today we're going to be talking about purpose.
So, what do we mean when we say having a purpose is important for positive mental health? We mean having something that gets us out of bed, excites us, and encourages us to set goals, makes plans, and engage in the world around us.
Why is it so important, and I guess what does it all mean to you?
For me, purpose as well. When I was younger, I didn't really have any purpose, and it really affected my mental health because I seen everyone else and seen that they had purpose and that they were doing so well, and I just wanted that, and I just felt like, how did I get that? And for a good time, I actually didn't know what my purpose was. My mind was always changing from this to that. So now at the age of almost 28, I've kind of found my purpose in life, the thing that keeps me going and keeps me motivated and just got that oomph in the morning to keep going in life. So
Finding a purpose, that's the type of stuff I didn't really think about when I was younger. I don't think I was mature enough at the time. And I think, to be honest, only recently we actually had the idea for this podcast, only I thought about it in that way.
What purpose means to me is getting up to go to the gym, getting a good life, and coming to work every day.
Purpose to me just means that motivation, that kind of resolve that we talked about, that it's something that makes you wake up in the morning. It becomes part of your routine. It can be really difficult to find. Doesn't always come from outside, it doesn't always come from inside. It can be really difficult to find, but once you do find it, it is enormously good for your mental health and your well-being in general. So I guess for me, it's like a sort of like a fixed point.
So for me, I was quite the opposite for Angus and Kim. When I was younger, I had all these different purposes. I had university, I had college, I moved away abroad for a year, and then I kind of took a downward spiral and I felt like I didn't have nothing anymore. So for me, having all the things when I was younger, it distracted me from my mental health at the time. But when I didn't have that anymore, that's when I started to go downhill. So I had purpose when I was younger compared to now, because I had university, I had college, I moved abroad for a year. But I felt like I kept having things in front of me so that I would have that distraction.
I was doing volunteering, which I stopped going to because my mental health was just at some point I just stopped going to things, and I did it all the time. I never actually saw anything through.
Do you feel like you were unmotivated because of your mental health?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I think it was just and then if there was too many people or it's just my mood was really low, I would just stop going out.
When I was 17, I started college, and I felt a lot better during that time because I had a routine, and it was actually nice to be surrounded by people who relate to and all that. But then when college came to an end, it's just my routine stopped, and the few friends I kind of made from there just doing their own things, and they lost contact with them. So it was just my mental health took a massive nosedive. And a year after that, I actually did some volunteering at the Tolbooth here, which is actually recording now, which is why the sound quality sounds much better for this episode. I did that for 5 months, and then also when that stopped, I kind of went back into that kind of really miserable part of my mind. So and only till recently, when I went to the campus to do the daily activities there, which things had definitely gone up for me again. So that was good.
Do you feel like doing these things gives you a sense of belonging?
They do, actually, yeah. It's nice to be surrounded by people who are very, relatable, and just helping people out with very simple tasks, whether that's just helping someone with an art project in the room, or just helping just redecorating the room a bit. It's a really nice environment. So if that was to stop, I would feel dreadful. So not looking forward to that. And right now I'm in the middle of moving to a new house. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if that counts as a purpose, but the process is happening. But I mean, that in itself is going to be I could go on for a long time about that, because that's an entire, separate thing. But that's me kind of rambled on for long.
Do you feel like what you do at the Rat Block, mm-hmm. and moving house is making you excited about the future. And even like socialising in a way that makes you kind of, because you feel good, you're talking to people, you're seeing people.
Aye, definitely, because where I live out in Kippen, which is in the middle of nowhere, and at least for me, it's been very difficult to talk to anyone. That's a very
It's like isolating.
it's isolating, and it's all the activities I want to do are in Stirling or Edinburgh, so it's a tedious journey. And as someone who suffered from depression really badly at a young age, just like doing simple things, just traveling can be enough to pain. As much as I love going to the campus, the constant I have to, if it's like more than one activity a day, but this kind of third far part, like I have to drive constantly back and forth. So when I get rid of my car and move to Stirling, the chance to go out and just talk and to meet people, and even just get the train to go to places that have even more sociable stuff or whatever, definitely be much easier.
So as we've been talking about finding your purpose, finding things to do and keeping busy, building a routine is all really good for your mental health. It provides you with a more healthy form of distraction. Because I know when I've got nothing to do, I'm just usually sitting there inside my own head thinking about stuff all day, which is, great if you're a philosopher, but doesn't make you feel any better, does it?
And then you self-isolate.
Exactly.
When you feel bad, you don't want to feel better sometimes because you just feel like, well, what's the point?
Exactly.
Having a routine, having a purpose can help with that because it gives you something to like. It's kind of like a compass. It always guides you in the right place. Because even if you, like we talked about last week, building healthy routines by going regular exercise, that can be part of your purpose. If you're feeling down and you don't want to do anything, getting outside or having something healthy that you do like every day or every week, it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you something where you're like, oh, I feel rubbish today, but I bet if I do half an hour down at Kings Park, I'll feel better. Even if I'll come home, I'll be sweaty, but I won't be miserable anymore. Or in my case, you'll be sneezing because it's pollen season.
Well, here's a question for everyone. Has anyone done something where they feel like, oh, this will make me feel better if I go to said place, but then you come back, it's like, this is not how I'd hope it turned out, and then you feel disappointed.
Well, I used to think negatively a lot, so I used to go outside and be like, oh, this is the worst day ever, oh, I can't be bothered. And then I could feel like because I was putting out those vibes out, I was bringing them back to myself, so I would have the worst day ever. I was doing a Thrive course, and they kind of taught like how to think. They teach you how to think more positively, and that really helped me. So instead of going out and like waking up and going, oh, I've like hurt myself or I've dropped something, oh, this is gonna be the worst day ever, I've got in my head like, no, this is gonna be a good day, and then you do have a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not every day's gotta be good, but
No.
if you get one bad day out of the week, then that's better than
exactly.
having every single day bad. But
Yeah.
I think that if you're positive and think positive, then it comes back to you.
If you have one bad day of the week, that means you're having 6 good days.
Yeah. So
It's easy to focus on these negative things.
yeah,
and
it's like
then-
you missed the bus. Okay, there's another bus along in like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
So your head feels all busy and loud. Go for a walk in nature. That's what I do. It kind of calms me down. So
It's just like, I suppose for other people, and maybe like, I'm thinking about my younger self when mental health has also just taken a complete nosedive, where when you do finally have that motivation to do something and then you either A, can't get there for whatever reason, or B, like it backfires, which prevents you from continuing to push forward, and then just, because it happened a few times when I went out for a walk, because like, oh, this will calm me down, and it did hee-haw, so just thinking like, oh, well now what?
It creates a feedback loop kind of thing where, like Kim was saying, if you feel bad, you're gonna feel bad. If you it's almost like you want to feel bad because it's like you focus on the negative things. It's much easier to focus on negative things than to focus on positive things in a given day. It's like, oh, it's gonna start raining. Oh, left my jacket at home. Day's ruined. And it's like, well, it's actually only gonna rain for 15 minutes, and when you go home, you can dry yourself and have hot chocolate. So you can always turn a bad situation into a good one. It's just quite difficult when you're in a bad situation to
see
see
the positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's important to know, like, to tell yourself too that, like, I mean, I didn't like the word healing. I would use the word more as coping, learn how to cope. It's important to tell yourself that coping's no linear and healing's no linear. Do you know what I mean? Like, some days I can take 5 steps forward one day and then 10 steps back the next. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, don't always try and be perfect, basically, because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. Except for Ross.
I think it's hard though, because even when I was younger, I used to see like, you know, all these people on YouTube and all that, and it's like you feel pressured to be like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean, like, oh, they're out doing this and they're out doing that, and and then it's like,
comparing
and you're just
yourself.
at home like laying about, and so I think it's just like do stuff for you, not for other people, really.
It's one of those things where you kind of need to look out for yourself. So you don't want to get, like, you can't let other people tell you how you are supposed to heal, how you are supposed to feel. It just doesn't work like that. Great analogy from our fact checker, Caroline, says, when you're in a plane and, like, the emergency instructions, they always say, like, put your own mask on first, otherwise you won't be able to put the mask on, like, other people that are dependent on you. And it applies to every other part of life.
That's it, like the first rule, like with mental health when you're in therapy though, is that you come first. And what used to you is somebody else if you're not in a great state of well-being yourself. Do you know what I mean?
You're
Like, you can't help anybody if you're...
I still like to be very kind and supportive, helpful to many people as possible. And there was definitely a time in where I was definitely like
Prioritising everyone else, but from the same.
exactly.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I used to put everyone else first when I was younger, so my mental health was really bad. I'd be sitting there talking to my friends for hours, stopping them from doing stuff, you know, constantly checking in on them, and it drained me, and it was like, no, but nobody was checking in on me. So, and then everyone thought I was fine because I looked fine, because I didn't tell them, by the way, I need help, my mental health is really bad. So... But even when I tried to say to them, that was kind of like, but I've got this, and and I'm worse off, and I'm just like, but everyone's different, and it doesn't mean you
Exactly.
don't validate how I'm feeling. So it takes a while to find a purpose in your life sometimes, and like, you know, don't set your goals on, oh, this is what I need to do, and I need to get here, and that's it. Sometimes it changes, you know, you go on a different path, or you go on a few different paths, but you still end up where you want to be, or you completely change paths and could, like, you know, what you want to do, and that's alright. So as long as you're
And it's fine to
happy.
gear up. It's fine to gear up if it's...
Yeah.
I think it's important to, like, if somebody was in my position that I was in 5 years ago and I was speaking to them, like, the one thing that I would tell them is, like, I would encourage them to try all different things. Like, you don't need to just stick to one
Yeah.
thing. Like, when I'm in a journaling group, and if you were to ask me 5 years ago if I thought journaling would have helped me, I would have probably laughed in your face. Do you know what I mean? Like, writing down my feelings, stuff like that, and I thought, no, that doesn't work. But because I had finished Thrive, I thought, if I just go back to just sitting in the house all the time again, because I'm still signed off work, I'm just going to fall back into that old habit, and I didn't want to do that. And the first thing that came up was the journaling group. I just came up, I'll just go and try it.
When we say journaling, does that mean just like keeping like a document of like what you've been doing throughout the week?
We get prompts, so we'll use prompts, and usually I'll just shuffle the keys and pick one at random. And some of the prompts can be like, write a letter to your younger self, or write a letter to your future self.
Right.
On Valentine's Day, we done like a write about yourself, like what do you like about yourself, and stuff like that. So like, it's good that we've got prompts, because I wouldn't know where to start.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if it came to that, so either you get prompts every week, and you can pick what one.
Something I've been doing near the end of high school, but definitely gave me a tiny bit of purpose, was someone suggested to keep a diary, and that's what I've been doing ever since then until now. Like,
That's journaling,
yeah. So like, I have 10+ years worth of stories of my life, and I'm really happy with it.
You could write a book, Angus.
Yeah.
Turn it into a book.
With today's discussion on goals and purpose in mind, we actually asked some of the young people from the Youth Transition Project at the community campus about goals that they have set themselves and how they plan to achieve them. We're going to play some of these for you now.
Get better with social interactions and build up my confidence. Things that can help me achieve these goals is being more involved with the program and interacting with people more often.
My goal is to develop my confidence by talking to new people. I will develop that by getting out of the house more and getting involved in new things such as volunteering and new groups in the college.
A goal I would like to achieve is being more organised and more timekeeping. What I could do to help out, achieve this goal is keeping a good routine and keeping a track on what time I need to do, what I need to go to. My goal is to be more active and explore, just get out of the house, whether that be sightseeing, just skating more, or even just hanging out with my friends.
I joined this course to be more confident in myself and what I do.
I just want to say thank you so much, everyone that submitted something to us so that we could listen to it here on the podcast. And I think it's great that you've all identified, stuff that you'd like to get better at and are, actively working to improve it.
Exactly. I feel like you have to tell me if you think I'm wrong about this. They're simple goals, but they're a bit more somewhat difficultish nowadays with no thanks to social media kind of.
It can definitely make it a wee bit more difficult. I know when I'm on social media and I get these posts of people with like absolutely insane morning routines, wake up 9 p.m. the day before, hop in a 3 hour shower, lift weights for 5 minutes, all this nonsense, and it's like none of that's real. So it can make it difficult to sort of like it can be difficult to stay focused on your own goals if you're got that temptation to constantly compare yourself to
other people.
Yeah, but no, I think it's really good that they've identified the goals that they want to achieve and that they're taking steps to get there. I think that's really good, and 'cause I know I was nothing like that at that age.
It's very good that they have this program to help them to achieve their goals. It's something I wish I could have benefited from when I was at high school and college, because if they were there, they weren't easy to find at all. And I think some people who are quite lonely or struggling with goals or whatever would like these programs, but probably aren't aware that they were there to begin with.
Well, if you're listening to this podcast and you'd like to know more about any of these services or projects that we've mentioned, please feel free to check out what's available with the Learning and Employability team. And you can find that on all of the Learning and Employability team's social media platforms and, of course, on Stirling Council's website. We want to know you, the people who are listening, what does having a purpose mean to you? What is your purpose? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Please let us know in the comments, in the socials. Just reach out and leave something for us to read. And finally, by the time this episode will be up, the cherry blossoms will be coming in, so keep an eye out for those lovely pink trees. And the daffodils are also coming through as well recently. Just keep an eye out and take a moment, appreciate what's going on this time of year, because it'll be gone before you know it. And we'd also like to thank the Tolbooth for allowing us to record in their lovely studio. Thank you, Tolbooth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening from all of us here.
Bye.
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 Toodles.
See you next time.